Among many of my clients, as well as even industry peers, I hear people talk a lot about the difference between big C and little c community. What the does that mean? Some people say that big C community is the kind of community that community managers build in proprietary spaces, such as a Facebook group or within a forum, whereas small C community is everything else, I suppose. Some people say that the small C community is what is organic and happening just out in the universe, and big C community is what a brand owns. So the point is, the problem is that there's no real consensus among practitioners or those in the field who are creating these terms and using them and deploying them about what they actually mean. That's why it's so important to have one definition of community that can apply across macro and micro contexts. I hear people talk about community as though it's just a forum or just the structures that create a virtual event, or even in some cases, just Twitter, or in some very unfortunate cases, Tinder. The truth is that community is all around us at all times. I could give an entire separate YouTube video, and maybe one day I will if you're interested, about the history of the word community in Western culture, how it originated, how it has shifted and changed throughout history. What is fundamentally true across all of these time periods is that communities have been groups of people brought together with shared identities, whether that is founded in location or interest or anything else. But communities are always the same in that they are structures in which people come together around some kind of shared interest. Now, what really creates a brand community that is successful over one that is not successful is mutual concern. Is mutual concern actually being crafted between members, from the organization to members, and from the members back to the organization? That is what is essential for a community to function. It does not matter what platform that community is on. Communities are often created in spite of a lack of places to gather provided by brands. They're often created despite poor leadership. It's because human beings are naturally inclined to want to find other people like them so they can feel known, heard, and seen. So the truth is that your work is not separated by any kind of big C, little c community. It's all the same. And if we dilute what an organizational, run and managed and led community is, and what community means to us as human beings, if we separate those things out as though they are two different things, then we're not building community at all. We're manufacturing something. So the concept should be the same, regardless of context, regardless of medium, regardless of channel. All of that is going to change, will change. It's inevitable. We might be using technology today. I can guarantee we won't be using the same technology in 100 years. The communities will still be there, regardless of platform, regardless of tool. So that's why I find the terms big C and little c community wildly unhelpful, because it tends to help organizations abstract what they're doing from the real work that has to be done, the real emotional labor. So next time someone asks, do you build big C or little c community? You can just smirk and say, neither. I just build community. Now get out there and do the good work.